present yourselves for graduation.
Honor versus 24. Green gold, we ask for more. Border Patrol is our name. Defend our borders is our game. From every corner of this land, we came to train in dirt and sand. King and Nestle, follow me. And hate is not for memory. Honor versus 24. Honor versus 24. Green and gold, we ask for more. Green and gold, we ask for more. Border Patrol is our name. Border Patrol is our name. Defend our borders is our game. Defend our borders is our game. Honor those who are falling down. Honor those who are falling down. Train us to stand our ground. Train us to stand our ground. Honor versus legacy. Honor versus legacy. We are BP family. We are BP family. Honor versus 24. Honor versus 24. Green and gold, we ask for more. Green and gold, we ask for more. Back. Up.
All uniform personnel, out there. Honor guard, pulse the colors. Present.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rough stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Good. Boom.
Order.
Ready for more.
All uniform personnel, at ease.
Class, be seated.
Class, seats.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Assistant Chief Patrol Agent Luke Farah. I will be the Master of Ceremonies for today's graduation of Class 1143. At this time, I'd like to introduce the onstage ceremony. Starting on my left is Deputy Chief Patrol Agent Peter Jaquez and Assistant Chief Patrol Agent Donna Twyford. Thank you for being here with us today. I would also like to recognize the staff members of the United States Border Patrol Academy that were instrumental in the success of this session. Some of these staff members could not be present with us today as they are busy instructing other sessions. Would the staff members please stand and remain standing as I call your name? From the Operations Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Roland Renaud and Border Patrol Agent Alberto Reyes. From the Spanish Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Humberto Chavira and Border Patrol Agents Juan Damian, Horacio Arellano, and Lucas Mendoza. From the Physical Techniques Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Jorge Dominguez and Border Patrol Agents Gary Ortega, Daniel Perez, and Joshua Tripp. From the Firearms Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Michael A. Link and Nathan L. Fredrickson, as well as Border Patrol Agent Jeremy Hobson. From the Driver Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Matthew D. Emmerich and Justin W. Lockwood. From the Tactics Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Oscar Villarreal and Jose G. Gonzalez. From the Office of Chief Counsel, Attorneys Elizabeth D. Long and James G. Wilson. And our training technician for this session, Ingrid Spera. Ladies and gentlemen, the staff of Class 1143. U.S. Border Patrol Academy allows family members or influential persons who are either currently engaged in or retired from public service the honor of presenting the Border Patrol badge to their graduating relative or mentee. We have another special guest joining us today. That is Agent Salvador Zamora. If you'd please stand, sir. Agent Zamora is the Director of Strategic Communications at U.S. Border Patrol Headquarters in Washington, D.C. He is joining us with over 26 years of service today. He'll be pinning the badge on his relative, Border Patrol Agent Taryn Partita. Thank you for joining us, sir. Each graduating class selects a member from its own to address the audience during the graduation ceremony. Class 1143 has selected Border Patrol Agent Robert W. Del Toro. At this time, I'd like to ask Agent Del Toro to come forward and address the audience, please.
Good morning. My name is Robert Del Toro, and I am honored to speak on behalf of my class. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for Class 1143. We thank all of you for joining us on this special occasion. We extend a special thanks to the Master of Ceremonies, Assistant Chief Patrol Agent Lucas Farah, United States Border Patrol Academy Chief Jason Owens, and his staff for ensuring our well-being during our stay. We also thank our lead instructors, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Roland Renaud and Border Patrol Agent Alberto Reyes Jr. for guiding us to this point. Finally, we thank all of our family and friends for supporting us throughout our endeavors. Before we began this journey to earn our badges, we each had our own story that led us to choose the Border Patrol. On day 0, our individual stories converged at Building 20, where we received a warm welcome to the Border Patrol Academy. We received concise guidance that night, and we failed miserably. We all moved as individuals rather than a unit. However, over time, thanks to our training, we learned to march as one. Each department challenged us in unique ways. I want to thank each department by sharing some of our fondest memories as a class. In the first half of the academy, every morning began with law. We traced our authority from the Constitution to immigration law to regulations and finally to Border Patrol policy. The most memorable moments in law were not the lectures, but the end of each exam when we pressed the submit button, grinded our teeth, and waited to see whether we were worthy to embrace our authority. In Spanish, non-native speakers had to learn a new skill, and native speakers had to break bad habits. Spanish quickly became a vital tool in performing every task, whether it was conducting a simple immigration inspection performing a high-risk vehicle stop, or completing an endless E3 processing file. We will continue to own this skill throughout our careers. PT stands for physical techniques, although for us it stood for push through. We pushed our bodies to their limits and then pushed a little further. After our first mat room session, we thought our instructors could not push us any further. Then we went for our first perimeter run. Later on, the instructors increased the difficulty even more by having us carry a giant rope above our heads during the run. At this point, we were convinced that we were tough indeed. Then we underwent our defensive tactics evaluation, where we learned what exhaustion truly is. We thought we had already conquered the worst kind of pain. Then we experienced being exposed to pepper spray. At least we were able to walk to a water station and wash the pain away. Then we got tased and were completely helpless for the longest 5 seconds of our lives. If you ever think that life cannot get any harder, the PT department would be happy to prove you wrong. In firearms and tactics, we immediately learned that the body will never go where the mind has never been. In other words, we had to prepare ourselves for potentially deadly situations, learn to adapt to the most stressful of circumstances, and take action towards a lawful conclusion. We developed a skill set that will save us and others in life or death situations. We thought driving would be a smooth ride until we actually hit the road. Some of our greatest challenges, including driving at high speeds on the right and wrong sides of the road, inducing a skid on purpose without completely losing control, and navigating a labyrinth of traffic cones forwards, backwards, and even sideways. We then incorporated the science of communicating our actions over the radio. Most of us never thought we could handle a vehicle to such a high standard. Operations was a nexus for all departments. Here we learned how to utilize many of the tools that guide our activities, such as responding to sensors, conducting traffic checkpoints, checking trains, and maintaining proper radio communications throughout all of our tasks. This department also provided hands-on opportunities for us to explore our administrative authorities in deciding whether to make an arrest, determining the authenticity of immigration documents, and navigating daily Border Patrol routines, which we will soon begin doing at our stations. In summation, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Roland Renaud explained that the departments in this academy form a crucible to shape us into ideal Border Patrol agents. The ideal Border Patrol agent aspires to the agency's core values: integrity, vigilance, and service to country. The academy teaches the first two values. Every single department demanded that we aspire to the highest ethical and moral principles, whether we are on camera or alone in the desert. That is integrity. Moreover, every single department stressed that the process of deterring, detecting, and preventing threats to our nation begins with attention to detail. We believe that all minor and major details that contribute to our success are equally essential. That is vigilance. With integrity and vigilance, Class 1143 is ready to take on our third core value: service to country. We are grateful to the Academy for shaping us according to these honorable values, and we look forward to bringing honor to our stations. Honor first. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you our keynote speaker. Before I invite Deputy Chief Patrol Agent Peter Hawkes to the podium, I would like to tell you a little bit about him. Border Patrol Agent Peter Hawkes currently serves as the Deputy Chief Patrol Agent at the United States Border Patrol Academy and has served in this capacity since April of 2019. Prior to this assignment, Agent Hawkes served as Patrol Agent in Charge at El Paso Station from September 2017 to April 2019, where he led Station 1 through one of the largest illegal immigration influxes across the southwest border. Agent Hawkes entered on duty with the United States Border Patrol as part of the 328th session in Charleston, South Carolina in January of 1997. With over 23 years of experience in the United States Border Patrol, Agent Hawkes has served in multiple sectors, to include Big Bend, El Paso, Tucson, and Yuma, as well as having completed 2 tours of duty at the United States Border Patrol headquarters. In his most recent assignment at headquarters, Agent Jaquez served as the Associate Chief with oversight of United States Border Patrol specialty programs. Throughout his career, Agent Jaquez has promoted through several career progressive positions and has gained valuable experience in each of the positions held. These include, but are not limited to, Senior Patrol Agent, Field Operations Supervisor, Associate Chief, Patrol Agent in Charge. Prior to his Border Patrol career, Agent Jaquez served 4 years in the United States Navy as a torpedo man's mate in the submarine service. Peter Jaquez and his wife Amber have 4 children, Christopher, Adam, Dylan, and Ian. Ladies and gentlemen, Deputy Chief Patrol Agent Peter Jaquez.
Good morning, class. Good morning, sir. One more time. Good morning, class.
Good morning, sir.
Very good. Good morning to all our family and friends who are watching us on video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We apologize first off that we can't have you here in person, but this is what we can do. This is the best, considering the situation. But thank you for being here. So today is a great day. 117 days in the books. Chapter 1 in the books. Chapter 2 is the day that you walk out of this academy and start your career actually working the line. There's a lot to be done, and there's still more to accomplish with your stations. As we spoke earlier, you are the reinforcements that they have been waiting for. While you have been here at the United States Border Patrol Academy, we have trained you in operations. We've trained you in Spanish. We've trained you in physical techniques, tactics, application of force, driving, firearms, you name it, you've done it. Everything to create that muscle memory, to make sure that at the end of your shift, you go home safe, to make sure that you have the tools necessary to protect yourself, your partners, and the public. That's what we do. But the one thing that we have not trained you on is your resilience through personal adversity. That is up to you. It is your task moving forward to navigate life. I came in this organization at 23 years old, and I was still very young. And I had to learn along the way a lot about myself, a lot about my family, and a lot about this organization. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. You see, before I came into the Border Patrol, while I was going through the process to become an agent, my grandmother on my mother's side had been a lawfully admitted permanent resident for over 30 years. And during the year that I was coming in the patrol, she became a United States citizen. She had to go take the citizenship exam, all that good stuff. And I can remember her coming up to me and looking up to me, and in her best but broken English, telling me, I am a United States citizen. And that resonated with me. It resonated with me because she gave a lot to get to that point. And aside from what's being put out by the public or the media, we are human, and we are part of the diverse background that makes this country great. You see, I believe that immigration makes this country great. But there's a legal process for that immigration process, and that's what we do, that's what we support, and that's what you've been trained to do. Every single one of us in one way, shape, or form has benefited from immigration. Remember that. As you go out to the field and you perform your duties as a Border Patrol agent, remember what makes this country great. In June of 1997, I graduated the Border Patrol Academy and drove a U-Haul truck from Charleston, South Carolina to Van Horn, Texas with my wife and 2 young children. It's a great adventure, right? I just earned a badge like you will earn in just a few minutes. And I was ready to take on it. I was ready to take on the world. There was no challenge too great for me. And my wife, supported from the very beginning, still with me after over 23 years, supporting me, supporting the mission, supporting the cause. So we pull up into Van Horn, Texas, and there's a sign that says Van Horn, next 3 exits. My wife looks at me and asks if this is Van Horn. My wife is from Virginia Beach. She had never been to a town the size of Van Horn. She'd never been to West Texas. And I could see the tears welling up in her eyes as she asked me this, and she was forcing a smile. And I was oblivious to what she was dealing with. I was too excited. I had my wife, my children, a career, and I was getting ready to start. So we pull into Van Horn, Texas, and we got a hotel at the Days Inn. We spent 60 days in the Days Inn hotel. 60 days. And while I would go to work, my wife would stay home with the 2 kids in the hotel without a vehicle and support me in the start of our career. And I say our career because it truly is our career. That young lady has contributed to this career as much, if not more, than I have. And the point in this is that I want you to realize that when you get out there, there's more to it than just you doing the job and learning the job. There's your family, your friends. The impacts of what you do and how you do it and why you do it are greater than just you. A month after I came on board, I remember I had to go out to work one day at 6 o'clock in the morning, and with my journeyman, we ended up coming across some marijuana, a dope load in the field, 300 pounds. Our plan, this was the 4th of July, our plan was to get off work at 2 o'clock, go barbecue and have a great time, because it was the 4th of July. We wanted to celebrate, right? Didn't work out that way. We stayed out there in the desert until 11 p.m. that night. 11 p.m. I didn't have a cell phone back then. And the journeyman, he did have a bag phone, but it was inside the truck. We stayed outside waiting for someone to come and pick up this marijuana to make an arrest until 11 p.m. So when I get home to the hotel, my wife had no idea where I'd been. She had no idea if I was alive. She had no idea if I was okay. You know, I walk in, I have dinner, and I go to sleep because I got to get up and go to work at 6 o'clock the next morning again. But I didn't realize how much she was dealing with emotionally. This is the first time for all of us. Young wife, young kids, no support. It was difficult. We had to communicate. We had to listen to each other. We had to learn what each other was going through, because as much as I was going through at work, she was going through at home alone. It wasn't easy. It was not easy at all. It could have been very easy for me to say, you know what, I'm done with this. It's just too much strain on my family. She wouldn't let me quit. And I'm glad she didn't, because there were several instances in my career that made it difficult. You see, a couple of months later, I had another difficult situation that really tested me. So we used to check buses in Van Horn. It was part of the daily routine. Every morning we'd go and check buses. And I remember having to arrest my first woman and children. You know, typically back then the demographic of what you arrested was adult males coming across, walking across the border. But this was the first time I'd ever come across a young lady with children. So I was on the bus and I, asked this young lady her citizenship. She told me right away she was from Mexico. And then I asked about her children and she said they're also from Mexico. So at that point in time, you will not believe the tugging at my heartstrings and the lump in my throat that I had. I felt bad. I felt really bad. What I did next is I went to the McDonald's and got her kids a Happy Meal. But I took them into custody, and took them back to the station and wrote them up, and then we took them back to the bridge. But it was tough, because I told you what I feel of immigration, right? And this was so very brand new to me. It was unlike anything I had ever expected. You know, crossing the border illegally, it's a crime. It's an absolute crime. And our job is to enforce that law. But what you have to do as an individual to reconcile those feelings is difficult, and that's something that the public, the politicians, and even the media don't take into account. They don't know the human side of you. They don't know the human side of me. After a couple of months and a lot of talking with my wife, I realized that I took an oath of office to do a job. And as difficult as that job is, I had to do it right and faithfully. Because there's no easy way about it. Fast forward to 2017 when I was the patrol agent in charge at El Paso Station. Every time I walked to the back to our processing room and saw unaccompanied children and families, my heart broke. And what people don't know, what people don't understand, is that I've been a person that always tries to do my job with compassion, unbiased, and just. I'm fair to everybody. And that's what I'm asking you to be. We have trained you to defend yourselves and others. But humanity can't be trained. That has to come from within. And based upon everything that we've put you through, and your responses to all those trainings, I have a lot of confidence that you are humane and that you will do the right thing in the field. Because that's what your families would expect from you, as my family expected from me. Ladies and gentlemen, this will not be an easy task. And I hope that every single one of you puts in the effort to make this a career. Because you are the future of the United States Border Patrol. As those of us that have been in for several years get ready to transition out, you are transitioning in. You are a part of the legacy. We have talked about our definition of honor first. And I hope you're able to define what your definition of honor first is for you, for your family, because it's very important. Whether you're at a checkpoint, waving traffic, or out on the line, walking trails for days, we are relying on you to carry that legacy. It's no easy task, folks, but I know that you're up to it. I know that you'll do a tremendous job, and I know that you will do us proud. With that being said, congratulations, and remember, always, honor first.
Thank you, Deputy, for those words of wisdom. Now we'll move on to the presentation of awards. First off, we would like to recognize the section leaders of Class 1143. The Leadership Award recognizes the graduates who epitomize the leadership traits sought after within the United States Border Patrol Academy. With the section leaders, Board Patrol Agents Jordan E. Turner and Michael D. Stanley, please come forward. The section leader position carries with it a tremendous amount of additional responsibility, aside from the same strict training regimen as the rest of the class. This award for leadership commends the section leaders for their sincere devotion to duty, leadership, demeanor, and professional attitude. Congratulations on earning the Leadership Award. The Physical Techniques Award recognizes a graduate with the highest score in the Physical Techniques program. Border Patrol Agent Xavier A. Malave, please come forward. Due to the physical demands of the position, Border Patrol agents are expected to be in good physical condition. Today's recipient has exceeded the challenging requirements and expectations for this award. Their achievement indicates that physical fitness is a priority and sets an example for others to follow. Congratulations, Agent Malavi, on earning the Physical Techniques Award. The Driving Award recognizes a graduate with the highest score in the driver training program. Border Patrol Agent Michael D. Stanley, please come forward. Today's recipient far exceeded the challenging requirements and expectations of a novice driver through perseverance and hard work. His performance exemplifies the high level and attention to detail required to safely operate a motor vehicle during stressful situations. Congratulations on earning the Driving Award. The Firearms Award identifies a graduate with the highest score in firearms training. Border Patrol Agent Tyler O. Gramlin, please come forward. This award signifies that the graduate has earned the distinction and achieved the highest firearms qualification score while demonstrating distinction in the efficiency of his service weapon. Congratulations, Agent Gramlin, on earning the Firearms Award. Next, we'll recognize a graduate with the highest overall academic achievement. The Academic Excellence Award acknowledges a graduate with the highest combined academic score in the session. These scores are weighted evenly between operations, Spanish, and law. Border Patrol Agent Jonathan S. Lopez Bolivar, please come forward. This award for academic excellence signifies that the graduate ranks #1 amongst his peers in operations, Spanish, and law. His performance exemplifies the level of excellence embodied by past recipients and makes him highly deserving of the honor bestowed by this award. Congratulations on earning the Academic Excellence Award, sir. Our final award is our Honor First Award, presented on behalf of the staff of the United States Border Patrol Academy. This award, named after our Border Patrol motto, is given to the individual who embodies our guiding principle of honor and who has demonstrated through their actions a level of integrity and commitment that exemplifies the values of a Border Patrol agent. We get Michael D. San Nicolas to join us on stage, please. Congratulations, Agent San Nicolas. Class, let's please have a round of applause for all of our award winners. Now I'll turn the podium over to Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Roland Renaud for the presentation of badges and credentials, signifying that Class 1143 have met the requirements and qualifications to be United States Border Patrol agents.
Wesley T. Brown. Antonio Cartagena, Jr. Joshua M. Clark. Robert W. Del Toro. Zachary J. De La Garza. Jorge Garibay Ramirez. Joseph A. Gibbs. Benjamin A. Goldman. Julio C. Gonzalez Jr. Tyler O. Bramlin. Christopher S. Higgins. Jared A. Kirk. Tyler G. Lane. Alexis Lara. Jonathan S. Lopez Bolivar. Gerardo Lopez Jr. Brett J. Lucky. Xavier A. Malave. Carl B. McCauley Jr. William R. McCrae. Jarvi E. Mendoza. Shane D. Muncie. Jason A. Neely. Daniel Negrin. Taryn B. Partida. Joining Agent Partida on stage is Border Patrol Agent Salvador Zamora, who is the Director of Strategic Communications at U.S. Border Patrol Headquarters in Washington, D.C. Josue Ramirez Cortez. Christy Lynn Reed. Giovanni Rivera Ramirez. Gabriela N. Rodriguez Vargas. Daniel D. Sainer. Michael D. San Nicolas. Michael D. Stanley Jr. Jordan E. Turner.
Graduates, please stand and prepare for the oath of office.
Here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for. A lot of pride walked across that stage. Very proud of you all. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Wesley Brown.
Antonio Cartagena Jr.
Joshua M. Clark.
Robert William Del Toro.
Zachary Jacob de la Garza. Jorge Garibay Ramirez.
Joseph Gibbs.
Benjamin Goldman.
Julio C. Gonzalez Jr.
Isla Gremlin. Christopher Higgins.
Jerry Kirk.
Tyler Lane.
Alexis Lara. Jonathan Lopez Bolivar.
Gerardo Lopez.
Brett Lucky.
Xavier Andrés Malavé.
Carl P. Macaulay Jr.
William Brian McCray.
Darby Mendoza. Shane D. Muncie.
Jason Neely. Daniel Nagging.
Jared Partida.
Josué Ramirez Cortez.
Christy Lynn Reed.
Giovanni Rivera Ramirez.
Gabriela Rodriguez Vargas.
Daniel Thader. Michael Nicholas.
Michael Stanley.
Jordan Turner.
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge. The duties of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations, class.
In closing, I want to thank all the family and friends that are joining us in celebration of this session's achievement. We appreciate you joining us virtually since we couldn't have you here in person. On behalf of the class, I'd also like to thank you for your necessary support that you have provided over the previous months and years to get them to this point, as well as thanking you in advance for the continuing support that they will need from this point forward. Congratulations to you, class. Congratulations to those who are watching today in support of you.
Section leader, dismiss your session for the final time.
Black, snap. Center, face.